Hey there, I'm Kadie Cleveland, and this is Walking Together, a Christian parenting podcast. My education in early childhood development and social and emotional learning helps me to teach God's Word to kids each week, but I want you parents to be the main teachers of the faith to your kids. Join us each week as we explore topics that both kids and parents can use to build their relationships to God and with each other.
Hey everyone, we're back with Walking Together, a parenting podcast. Last week we talked about where kids should be during the church service. Should they be with their families during worship? Or should they be in the kids' church area? Which is the better option? Let's start by saying that both options are good. But let's talk more about what's going on and what is more helpful for you and your kids. And just to clarify, some of the language I'm going to be using for like the worship area and the kids area will probably be big church for the worship area and children's church or kids church for the kids area. And this is a situation where both services are running at the same time. Okay, let's get into it. First, what is the worship style of the church? Is it interactive, or is there a lot of sitting and listening? Is it loud and energetic, or is it reserved and reverent? If it's your first time worshiping there, have the kids with you and see how they respond to the worship. You'll find out pretty soon if they get bored or start causing problems. But also keep in mind that no one is judging you for having a wiggly kid. I find that most people love seeing children in the main worship area, no matter how much a baby cries or how much a kid plays around. Then, the next week, take them to the kids area. See how they do there. If you have an attached kid who gets nervous being dropped off somewhere new, ease them into it, but don't force them into it. You want kids' church to be a place they get to go, but don't have to go. Also, don't use kids' church or the main worship center as a punishment for bad behavior. Make sure the language around both areas are very positive. And avoid saying things like, "You have to sit quietly in big church today because you didn't listen to your teacher last week." Or saying something like, "If you can't sit and behave in church, you will have to go to the kids area again." Instead of saying something like that, maybe try saying something like this instead. "I think you might do better in children's church today. You get to play games and learn about Jesus." Or, "I think you need a break from children's church for a while. Let's see how you do in big church with me today." Some kids will also get bored in children's church. They might need to be challenged more biblically. A lot of kid-friendly Bible stories are taught for kids between the ages of 3 and 9. But you might have an advanced 7-year-old who needs more, and maybe the pastor's sermon can provide that for them. I really believe that kids need both. Find a balance to what Sundays should look like for you and your family, whether the kids stay with you or go to the kids area. That way, they are learning about the Bible on their own level some weeks and seeing their family worship together other weeks. You will know what's best for your kid in the long run, so trust your instinct. Here is what I want you guys to talk about as a family today. Kids, what do you like about children's church? What do you like about being in big church? Which one do you enjoy or feel that you learn and get the most out of? Parents, what is a plan you can make to where your kids are experiencing both environments and getting the most that they can from a Sunday morning? This is Kadie Cleveland with Walking Together. Share with me what your family does on Sundays and why. God's blessing and walk on.